What is up, guys? Wraith here, Great Bearded Gaming Society. We have finally made it back into friendly territory. We were unable to find a sow pretty much anywhere, so we ran all the way back from the Brute Caves in slow motion. The only saving grace we had there, actually, was our buddy Deshawn's been chatting to us the entire time. So at least we've had something to keep us occupied as we ran in incredibly straight lines for as far as we could. But our first order of business is to let's sell what we have in the bags and see what our current stash looks like cash-wise. So, 12 plat's not bad. We carry that gigantic axe around. We actually have a second one in the bag somewhere because we found another axe-toting giant on the way home and took him out just in hopes of making cash. I mean, as always, you know, you're hoping that that's let's not forget to sell this one. Always hoping that that's the, the axe that's going to sell to the vendor for like 100 plat or something, which would be super. But yeah, you take what you can get. Well, let's do that bag's down. Yeah, he also dropped this little copper band. Anyway, it's the exact same axe, so that's fine. That gate really not worth much. In the words of Quivering, and I believe that should be everything, and which it is. So let's go consolidate our coinage and see how we're looking. That was dumb. Let's try to go this way. And not being very good this night. All right. So, I mean, all in all, not horrible, except we just drag everything over. I mean, we're back over 1,000 plat, which that is not a horrible spot to be in the slightest. So we'll take, go ahead and pull 10 of that back out, because we know we're going to need some traveling coinage for Spirit of the Wolf and or a port out of here. We're going to try to get a port. So the community current round of suggestions mostly has us leaning towards trying to go to South Carolina and checking out the knolls, especially around the spires. And then Perry brought up just today. He was like, there's also the possibility for Peggy Cloak if Peggy zooms by. Granted, Peggy is only ever not contested, so there'll always be somebody there. But I mean, how awesome would that be to have just on-demand full-time left when we're traveling? And at some point, we're going to have to do some homework and see how big do we need to be for us to try our hand at the ancient Cyclops and see about maybe trying to get us some J boots. It's about time. Again, I know classic is a different ball game, right? When we played on the TLP server, we had them pretty quickly, but it's a whole different set of rules. Characters level fast. Things are a little bit more OP. So let's have to see. But all in all, except we got a little capital back, which is pretty decent. That might be able to fund at bare minimum maybe some Woo's gauntlets, or check that, Woo's boots, and then maybe something a little lightweight for the year. We shall see how it goes. But I think first off, we are going to try to get ourselves a port back to the mainland and probably run into Freeport and see if we can't get somebody to bind us up. So if we kick the bucket, we don't show up all the way back here. So let's see if we can't get a port. And she's just like shucking and jiving. Look at, she's bobbing and weaving. She was running with purpose. But yeah, and if we can't get a port, then maybe we'll just we'll ride the boats if we absolutely have to. But I'd like to avoid it. So let's see what happens, guys. Let's give it a little bit. Okie dokie, we are finally back in the Common Lands. That took forever. Yeah, forever and ever. And some of that was my fault. We never got a port out of Ferroni Vive, so we had to wait for the boat. And then we got distracted while we were on the boat because we were starting to watch YouTube on the other screen. And we ended up having to ride the boat all the way around twice because we missed the, we missed the little ferry boat things that come out and take you from the deep back into Butcher Block. So yeah, I had to ride that bad boy around a couple times. But as soon as we got back into Butcher Block, at least we were able to get a port. Now we're in the Common Lands. We're going to run into town, get ourselves a bind somewhere much closer, and then see about making our way over to South Carolina. Off we go. All right, gang, we're back in the old world. We've gotten a bind right outside the edge of Freeport. Basically, right where pretty much where we were last time before we got rebound. We're hanging out. Before we got a rebound. Now we're playing basketball. Anywho, we're hanging out in the tunnel for just a little bit. We brought just a little bit of cash with us to see if we can't find ourselves another Orc Fang earring. We've decided, like, looking through some of the upgrades, some of the possibilities. Looks like a really good one. The 30-day average on P99's got it at a decent little price, and it's one of the stronger little things we can get. A little AC, a little strength, and a little bit more hit points. Plus, it's super lightweight. So we're gonna bark out a few times, see if we can't have any luck, and then yes or no. Then we'll work our way over, getting ourselves a port. So we pad it up with just a little extra cash, just in case we are able to get it for 150. We can still pay for a port over to North Carolina, and from North Carolina we'll head southbound and go check out some Spire Knoll action. So I'm gonna give this a little bit, and we'll stick around, and then we'll start adventuring. Well, all right, gang. We are here, and we appear to be the only ones around. So, yeah, let's grab a knoll, see what happens. Ninja star action. I mean, they're kind of in blue, dark blue. Let's see how we fare. Looking pretty good thus far. Because I'm trying for life be suddenly, like, as I'm sitting here looking, like, I remember, like, there's, like, each spire kind of being a camp, unless you were, I think some people, I mean, obviously some people would take them all, but I thought, like, each spire, like, had a set of spawns. It's been so long since I've done anything other than just run through here. Alright, that's just nothing thumping around. The thing I came by here, like, one time was, how did this guy end up doing so much damage? I took my eyes off of him and did some damage to me. But yeah, we, we will be able to handle that action, I think. I think the ones we're going to have to watch for are like little roamers. But I'm thinking we'll have to see how, free water supply. Yeah, so you got the one little roamer guy there. You got the one dude standing there. I think it was like, right, you got the one at each The one at each spire than the roamers, right? I think that's right. I don't remember. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I know if we're like stupid lucky, then, you know, Quillamane runs by and we get awesome loot. Which the problem is, we probably should not have blasted our mend on the way over here. We've been hanging out in the tunnel. We, to no avail, by the way. It didn't do us any good to be in the tunnel. We didn't get any bites for the earring. Several people saying, "Oh, I'll sell you one for way more than you're trying to buy," and I'm like, "No, I'll pass. I'm good. I'm good." So, but yeah, we started slamming mend and feint death. I think we had our feint death like 175. Yeah, our feint death is looking good, looking real good. That one's in good space. We've been slamming our mend just to kind of work on that one. Of course, it's just a little bit behind. We probably again should have saved it when we got in the zone. If we had been intelligent, we probably would have, just to reduce some of this downtime sitting. But yeah, we're here in the middle of nowhere. We look to be, well, there's another, nope, that's his brother Quinn. He doesn't count. So it looks like we're just going to have the kind of run of the place. So hard to complain about that. It is hard to complain about that. Let's farm for a little while and see what we can get done. All right, well, that sucked. we didn't even pull. We been chilling like by the middle spire, and then that guy came walking along, and that guy came walking along, and it's like cross paths right behind us, and basically got the jump on us while we were sitting down. And that hurt. That hurt a lot. So that's going to take a while to reset. The advantage, like I said, is we are out here by ourselves, which is somewhat abnormal, but we'll take it. So let's start. Actually, you know what? Let's do some bind wound first. We have to put ourselves back together here. And we were just about ready to start rolling again, but with two of them thumping them on us at the same time, and the first one got just a nice big. I mean, he came right out of the gate with a 64-point hit, and I started fighting back. And then his buddy jumped in, and then when it was boom, 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 I was like, yeah, we're just gonna flop this. All right, back at it. All right, gang. So we're just doing a quick check-in here. We some other folks have shown up at the other spires, which is fine. Nobody has given me any grief. I've had this one little spire all to myself. There's the guy that spawns here, which is actually mend is a perfect, now not quite, but pretty close to a timer for this guy. It's about 6.5 minutes, I think, and mend is about the same. And there's a guy who spawns right about here on, I don't know if he spawns or he runs. Every time I turn around, he's like right here, but he's not as consistent as that dude right there. So I think he might have multiple spawns, maybe, possibly could be. But so far, like I said, we've cruised through about 20% of a level, and we've also got like a full set of all the split paw stuff. There's all of the chest pieces, the belt, mask. That we did get one fine steel sword, which was kind of cool, and then we have two of the goals. Obviously, we don't have the ability to identify, but I don't really think it matters for us. We'll just basically get one of each. We've actually been passing the time out here talking to Twinkle Toes, the monk, who's hollered at us a couple times. So shout out to Twinkle Toes. And then we've also been hollering at Deshawn, who I believe is busy murdering dwarfs again this evening, as we're busy murdering gnolls. But you know, it's always a good time to holler and chat at people. But like I said, he's close enough. We're gonna go grab him. We're gonna try to disarm him. That's not gonna work. We're gonna pull him back over here. Let's get him back towards our little spire. But yeah, like I said, we've been doing pretty good. Now some of these guys, every now and again, you know, not gonna lie, they can haul off and put some pretty good hits on us. You know, honestly, I think I want to say the experience is about the same as what I was getting at Brutes. Maybe just a little, you know, maybe just a little less because it's not quite as consistent. Because I'm only getting like 2 mobs as opposed to if I could get like Brutes 3 or 3 Brutes, whatever you want to call it. You know, but I mean, still, it's been pretty good. And it's, at the same time, I mean, you know, if I get a little behind, it's not the end of the world because I can just sit there for a few minutes and wait for some regen, wait for men to come back around. Now, I did do a dumb, and I didn't stock up on food before I came in. So that's probably going to be a little bit of an issue for us. We will keep tabs. Oh, that's some fine steel, so that's some cash right there. We have plenty of hit points. We're going to immediately go into our next Gnole. But yeah, like I said, so far we've been doing pretty good at the spot. So the experience has been pretty good. Even though we were alone when we got here and other people have moved in, you know, nobody has been messing with our spire whatsoever, which has been pretty cool, and I appreciate that. Actually, we saw Twinkle Toes ran by earlier. I think Twinkle Toes is actually inside with the group, so maybe in the future we'll check out maybe doing that, because I have not actually been into Split Paw probably in 20 years. Not going to lie, it's probably been 20 years since I've actually been inside of Split Paw. I have any reason to go in there. So we shall, we'll see how that, no, don't run that way. This is the first one that's actually run back into the mound, which, of course, you always have to be careful there because there's so many roamers back here. Speaking, there's one right off to the left. So we're going to have to be careful if we get aggro. I mean, we got a decent amount of hit points, so if we get aggro, we'd probably actually just fight him. I just prefer to do everything on my terms. We'll take your Split Paw. And then we'll beat up your friend for getting too close to us and making us nervous. But yeah, we're going to keep farming away. Like I said, we're probably going to call it here soon for this evening. See if we can't get some more action tomorrow. Mostly just because it's getting a little bit late. But I'm also chatting with some friends. And we might jump over and do a couple adventures in Rift for a bit. We'll see. But yeah, you know, we're going to check back in, see if we can get another spire maybe tomorrow afternoon. See if we can't put a button on this one. But yeah, I mean, so far, like I said, the camp's been good. It will be relatively easy for us to knock out 35 here for sure. I mean, based on, you know, how these guys are hitting and where these guys are hitting, even at 35, we should easily be able to press past that with these guys. And the bigger we get, obviously, the easier they shall fall. And as long as they keep dropping, money for us, we'll be in good shape. Like I said, we do have 2 of the scrolls. We're going to try to get a full set of the 4, and then so that one's lower, so we already got that one. Basically, we'll see if we can. We'll see if it's worth our time to try to turn these guys in, or do we just go and sell them? And the reason I say that is because it was actually Deshaun reminded me. He was like, "Oh yeah, they got the scrolls. They should be worth a good chunk of experience." But it's all the way in Canos, and that. Man, that's like a forever run. Even with Spirit of Wolf, that's a forever run. So we'll see how it goes. We shall see how it goes. But like I said, we're going to keep plugging away here for a little while. And so we're not quite halfway through level, but pretty close. And we'll do some little bit more farming tomorrow. Probably put an end cap on this one here. But so far, the spot's been great. They said the community has not steered us wrong. So let's see how this goes. Again, I'll check back in. Hopefully, well, my time will be tomorrow for you guys, a couple of seconds. But we'll see you guys here in just a minute. Alright, gang, so we are back at it again. We're, let's just say, after a couple one too many drinks last night, we decided it would probably be a good idea to camp before we got ourselves in some serious trouble, so we just camped out here at the Spire. Where there's one other dude running around somewhere, but I think he's like quad kiting or something. So we just moved in to the southernmost Spire. We're working this guy over at the moment. And so far, like I said, the experience has been pretty good. We're about halfway through a level. We're going to try to treat this spot basically the same way we treated the last spot. We're going to jump in wherever we can, get some farming done. Hopefully we can grab a spire to ourselves, get some work done. And then, just kind of see how it goes from there. Like I said, but the spot's been doing pretty decent for us so far. We're hoping it stays that way. The other thing is why, of course, obviously why we do have everybody. We've got, obviously, several holidays coming up here in the U.S. And, my scheduling will be weird around that for a little while, so everybody knows I'm not somebody who gets to prep my videos well in advance. Really, just tell the thing. There we go. So it's not like I have a stockpile of these things. We try to keep them current. But so yeah, we'll get this one posted, but I wouldn't expect anything. Like I said, right after the Thanksgiving time frame. And we'll be, spending some extra time with the family, doing some traveling, etc., etc. So probably, like I said, probably nothing. We won't be around in order to make a good video. But we'll hopefully be back between there and then the solstice Christmas time frame. And get another video or 2 out and then take kind of a short break for This guy's actually kidding the Jesus out of us. We need to see if we can't get this guy running here. But yeah, so we'll be back for a few weeks and then take a couple weeks off. Most likely for like I said, like the Christmas solstice. time frame, spend time with family, do some traveling, see everybody, all that kind of happy stuff. So, but yeah, like I said, it's we think this will be a good spot for us, especially if we can just jump in and get some farming done here and there. They seem to drop decent amounts of cash. Do have to watch for the lots and lots of roamers. If there's not a lot of people here, they seem to just kind of roam kind of randomly all over. But the old feign death button saved us yesterday. Hopefully it'll keep us out of a little trouble if anything else pops up again next time. But as always, guys, if you like what we're doing, please don't forget to like, comment, maybe hit that subscribe button for us down below. We do love to hear from everybody with some adventure ideas in the channel, because again, our last 2 camp spots have come directly from you guys. They've been great. Like I said, we think this spot's going to work out great for us as well. Like I said, we're already half level in. The camping should only get easier for us as we go, as we level. So, and at some point, like I said, once we pick up 35, we'll jump it back across and get a little bit of training in, and we should be able to make a little bit of money. Like, we know we're not going to be able to pawn this stuff off really on players at this stage of the game, so we'll just sell it to vendors, but it should be worth at least a little bit. We know that the fine steel stuff should at least give us about 5 plat or so. But yeah, this will be our new battleground here for a little while. We'll take over from here, but I think we'll call it for that this time, guys. Until next time, stay safe, stay distant, stay in EverQuest, and we will catch you guys right after the Thanksgiving holiday. Night, guys.